So, hello, everyone, and welcome back to Divine Rebel. My name is Racey, and this is for Virgo and those with strong or significant Virgo placements in their charts. For those of you not familiar with me or the channel, please be aware I have no filter. I do not sugarcoat my messages. I'm a very raw and real reader. I am very aware of the fact that anything can come out of my mouth at any time. So, and I'm always very respectful of that. So if you have kids around or you just don't appreciate those kinds of messages, I always give you the opportunity to sign off now. And before we get into this, I do have some new merch that's going into the Etsy shop. It is not in there as fast as I would have liked, but there was a lot going on with the whole Venus and Mars and Virgo thing, and Chiron, Uranus going retrograde. That had other priorities. So, sneak peek. This is the 7 seals of the Archangel. The archangels, and it's going to be one of my shirts in there. So, and my Love Yourself Twin Flames group that I was doing on Facebook quite some time ago is officially back. My Love Yourself Twin Flame group is back. Anybody who signs up gets into a raffle for one of my High Feminine Oracle record books for free as a thank you for joining the group. Anybody who signs in and wins one, it has my signature, my autograph in the bottom corner. Plus, if you're in the group, you also get discounts on any of my Twin Flame secret code name readings. All right, so I'm looking super forward to that. Without further ado, Virgo. Strong Virgo energy, right? Virgo. What does your August look like? I'm using my Botticelli Tarot, and I'm using my Icarus Tarot. All right, so what's the milestone, Spirit? What's the milestone for Virgo energy? You have a lot of energy going on this month with Venus and Mars in there. So what is it? What is it, Spirit, please? What is it? Plus the sun's moving into your sign right after the full moon, the second full moon in Aquarius. It's going to be moving into your sign, sun, end of the month. Happy birthday. What is the milestone for Virgo? Leaps of faith, Virgo. Leaps of faith. Things are radically changing. Right, radically changing. The Fool is Uranus energy. You had Mars in there, you had Venus in there, and Uranus went retrograde in Taurus, trining on your sign. So, understand any changes to your reality, anything remaining stuck but shifting in your reality. And I say are in fact changing, right? Even if it doesn't necessarily feel like that. Just know the past and think about the past, or the past repeating would come back to bite you. So don't freak out or worry or become neurotic, you know what I mean, over the whole idea that you can stop and just smell the roses kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, you can actually relax. Take faith in knowing that the universe is doing what it's doing for a reason. It's okay. You're in this divine alignment for the month of August, right? Head and heart working together step by step in order to make sure that things work out the way they are supposed to. So, and when I say supposed to, I mean in the highest good of everybody, right? The highest good of everybody, yourself included. So Spirit, if you would be so kind, give me 4 cards for some insight into what Virgo's energy is for August. What does Virgo's August look like? What are they having to trust? What are they having to trust? Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups at the beginning of the month. This Ten of Cups, however, in this particular deck, it's a feminine energy who doesn't look so happy, and she's overwhelmed with all of the demands of children. So essentially, you could be trying to create your happiness, trying to create your bliss, but you're dealing with a bunch of child-minded people, right? These are not mature adult thinkers. These are people who complain. These are people who whine. These are people who don't want to. You know, this is the mindset. Like, you're in the Ten of Cups energy. You're in the bliss. You're in the dream. But you're not necessarily enjoying the dream because you feel like there's a bunch, you're dealing with children. You feel like you're an adult and you're dealing with children. Mind you, one of them has angel wings. One of them has angel wings. So even though you're dealing maybe with a lot of people who are not mature, right? People that are not holding up their end. One of them's different. One of them is a beginner's mindset, in a sense, right? In a sense of soul. And they're actually your angel, right? So you might be looking at them like they're a child and they don't know what they're doing, or they should be doing more and they need to grow up, when really they're like your guardian angel, right? In your reality. And they're seeing how you have all of this beautiful bliss, all of this answered dream state in the reality, and they're seeing how you're not necessarily happy with it because you feel like it could, should, would improve. And they're almost like, yeah, but if we changed it the way that you wanted completely, it wouldn't be the dream, right? It wouldn't be the dream. So you could see the divine feminine there. The heart is not necessarily thrilled. It's not necessarily happy dealing with all of these children and the hands out. Where this one right here with the angel's wing is actually holding it up for you. They're holding it up for you. They're holding it together for you. All this energy. So keep that in mind, Virgo. You may be looking at someone like they don't know what the fuck they're talking about, or they don't know what they're doing, or they're not being responsible when they are, right? When they are. You might think that someone is immature. You might think that someone, is very childlike, or throws tantrums, or is inconsiderate, or doesn't have their head on straight, or doesn't have their priorities straight. And the reality is they're actually holding it up for you. They're holding up the dream, right? They're holding up the dream for you, and trying to help you see the beauty and the blessing in the Ten of Cups that you're in. It's almost like Virgo trying to be this perfectionist in the mind. The idea, right? The idea of having it all go perfectly and smoothly in their own way. And someone else is saying, Virgo, but if we did it your way, maybe it wouldn't be so Ten of Cups like, right? I'm here to help you. I'm not here to make your life harder. Don't look at me like that, right? Yeah, Ace of Pentacles. You do have angels. They're bringing in a solid new foundation. You might not be able to see that because they might be in the background. You could see the sky in this card, right? And your Ten of Cups is the same as the entire background on this card, and you have two angels bringing in the solid new foundation. You have things going on in the background in your favor, Virgo. You do not need to be nearly as stressed out as you think you do. Like I said, this is about having faith and trust that everything is working out in the highest good. Looking to the past and how you did things in the past, or how things were in the past, and being afraid of them repeating, or whatever the case. Like, you've got to let that go, because looking at the past will actually hurt you. Reminiscing on the past or fearing the past will hurt you. You've got to be able to stop and smell the roses where you're at. Your angels are doing you big time favors. I mean, we have the 0, we have the 10, which is 1 0 and a 1 right now. This is beautiful initiation energy. This is magnified energy of oneness. You know, you could be possibly looking at your counterpart, right? Because if we're talking about oneness, you could possibly be looking at a divine counterpart, like they don't know what the fuck they're doing, or they don't have the same idea as you, just because they're going about a different way. Like they don't have the same goal, or they don't have desires, or they don't have courage, or they don't have initiative, or they don't have the wherewithal to do what needs to get done, when in fact they do. They're just doing it in a way that you wouldn't, but that's because they're not you and they know what they're doing, right? So be aware of that if you have a counterpart that you're looking at that, you know, they don't have their priorities straight, or they're not willing, when in fact they are, and they're doing everything they're supposed to do, right? They're doing everything they're supposed to do. Your angels are working miracles for you in the background. Yeah, that's what transforms. The ego has to shed and the ego has to die, because your heart's tired. Your heart's tired. The masculine here over the lap of the feminine. The heart is tired and the head can't take it anymore. You gotta let this shit go, right? Feeling this unhappy heart space gets fucking tired, and it has to take a break and rest. So if you have a hard time letting it go, right, letting the control go at the beginning of the month, then spirit kind of forces you to take a break and take a step back, because you just don't want to deal with it. You have no energy or willingness to fight and or argue or cause confrontation, right? And it's allowing this room to manifest something new, right? Because after the death card is the resurrection of the self, or the healing of the self, where you can pour and you can flow and you can come into balance, right? Where you can alchemate, where you become a little more like the angels that guide you for yourself. The Four of Chalices. Clarify that for me, Spirit. Yeah, the Star, the Emperor, and the Five of Wands. If you're not careful, Virgo, at the end of the month, we got the Fool again on the bottom. Only this one is afraid that the sky is going to fall on him, right? Being afraid the sky is falling. And the Ace of Wands on top, right? Angels answering your prayers and inspiring you to what needs to be done in order to receive. I think there's a part of you, Virgo, that's completely afraid to change your mind or change your mindset. I think a part of you is afraid that you're going to go through an experience where you are forced to change your mindset because you couldn't possibly believe like you did before after what you experienced. I think you're going through some major healing. Because you've been internally conflicted about not having enough. And yet you have more than you can eat. You know what I mean? If you had more than you can eat and tried to eat it all, you'd make yourself sick, right? It's like you have plenty. You have plenty. You have enough. You're not hurting for anything. Spirit's asking you to stop fucking worrying. Especially if you're dealing with a really strong masculine energy, or you yourself are a really strong masculine energy. Things are healing in the head space. Because I really feel like your own inner child, your own inner masculine needs to go back to square one. There's a chance that you've gotten too wrapped up in perfecting everything and doing things your way that you kind of have to relax and just let the universe do what it does and trust people more. You gotta trust people more. People that love you and care about you, especially if they have strong Aquarian energy in their chart. Or Aryan energy in their chart. Or you do. Scorpionic energy, like you've got to take a lesson from someone. A lesson of trust from someone. It's almost like if you're worried about it being perfect, it'll never be perfect. But when you realize everything is working out perfectly, it ends up being perfect. This is about adjusting beliefs and healing beliefs. You can't be worried that you're missing opportunities or that opportunities won't find you or that you'll not be prepared for an opportunity when it shows up. You can't miss opportunities that are meant for you. You understand? Like only your mindset can align you with bullshit. If you're meant to have a beautiful experience that you visualize in your mind, you got to trust that that's manifesting and trust the people in alignment with you around you, that they're in alignment with that vision or they wouldn't be in your experience. You got to trust that there's people and things going on in the background to align that highest vision. You got to trust the universe has your back, Virgo. Trust that there's healing of this Aryan energy. Especially because Jupiter is in Aquarius right now. And it's fit to go direct again. Right? It's retrograding right now, but it's going to be direct again, and it's going to be direct in Aquarius, especially moving into September, right? Moving into September at the end of August. There is no need to overfill yourself. There is no need to put more on your plate than you can handle. And there's no need for anybody else to do that either. Spirit will never give you or anybody else more than you can handle. So if they're not putting more on them, it's because they can't handle it. It's not meant for them. It's not meant for them. You follow? If you can't put more on your plate, you're not meant to. You're meant to trust. You're meant to trust. So, moving into September. Spirit, what does Virgo need to remember? What does Virgo need to remember moving into September? Cross watcher, please be aware that life is a mirror, and you need to understand this energy for yourself, right? Remember, yeah, willingness to compromise. You are able to compromise if the end result is love. You've got to be able to compromise perfection for faith and trust. Faith and trust. Divinely perfect will happen when you stop trying to make it happen and trust that the universe fucking loves you and is doing what it's doing to break your fucking mental pattern, because your mental pattern is what's actually not serving you. You've already got the damn dream. And you're looking at everybody else like they got their heads up their asses and they don't know what end is up. When really it's your own head that is in the way of you seeing how blessed everything is. You're missing an opportunity to love the fact that the universe loves you and is healing your reality, healing your inner conflict. It's showing you, it's manifesting for you. It's okay to let your mind go. If the sky falls, the sky falls. It's fine. Maybe there's a whole new sky up there with all new heights. Think about it. You might be getting a serious communication from someone, especially regarding a home or some kind of 3D reality dream, and you are almost coming off like you can't take anymore, and it's putting a burden on someone else. Just peeking under the deck. You're putting your mental burdens on someone else, your need for perfection on someone else. And maybe someone else is like, listen, I understand your way. I understand that you want it perfect, but you got to trust me. You got to trust me. Take a break, stop and smell the fucking flowers, you know? Relax. Woosah. Woosah. Seriously, Virgo. It's okay. It's okay. You've got fucking angels. On earth as you do in heaven. Angels you can see and angels you have no idea even exist. Free yourself from the mental stress. Don't fucking worry. All right? So, until next time, guys, I look forward to seeing you in my shit from my shop. And I look forward to seeing you in the Love Yourself Twin Flames group with me on Facebook. For September deadline is the last day of August. Until next time, guys, remember always love each other and most importantly, love yourselves.